Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this tutorial we are going to talk about the 7-segment display, which you could use to display some numbers. As you can see here we have a simple counter that counts the numbers from 0 to 9. In this video I'm going to show you how it works. So before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon, I appreciate that. And let's jump right into it. So in this tutorial, you will need the 7-segment display, the Arduino Uno, one 220 ohm resistor, and few jumper wires to control these LEDs. So a 7-segment display consists of 7 LEDs that we can control from the Arduino board using the digital write command. So as I said, the 7-segment display consists of 7 LEDs. Actually we have 8, there is another one to control the decimal point. We can label these. For example, this one A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. This is the decimal point. So here we have few LEDs. We have the first one and the second until the last one that controls the decimal point. And all of these LEDs share the same ground, and it's a G&D pin. Then you could display different numbers by turning on and off one of these LEDs. So we're going to connect these LEDs to some of the digital pins from 2 to 9. Then we'll be able to display different numbers. But before that, we need to understand the order of these pins. As you can see, we have 5 pins on this side and 5 pins on the other one. Basically, the middle pin is the G&D. You could use the top pin or the bottom one. These are the common G&D pin or the cathode pin. That's why the 7-segment display that I have is called CC or common cathode. You could also find another one in which the LEDs share the same anode pin. It is called CA. Also, you will need to protect these LEDs by connecting ohm resistors. But to make this video simpler, we are going to add one ohm resistor. We will connect it to the G&D pin, and it's going to protect all of the LEDs. But it is recommended to use 8 ohm resistors to protect each of these. Then connect the other side to the digital pins from number 2 to number 9. So let's take the Arduino Uno and start connecting the G&D. Of course, you will need a breadboard. After that, I will connect the middle leg to the ohm resistor, and the other side goes to this point. Basically, we have all of these points that are connected to each other. We can hook up the other side of the ohm resistor to the G&D pin of the Arduino. Then I will take another wire. I'm gonna connect this side to the 5-volt pin, which is this pin. And to know which pin is controlling one of the LEDs, let's try to connect the other side, for example to this one. So this leg controls the decimal point, and the other leg controls the C LED, so on and so forth. Now we'll simply hook up the pins of the 7-segment display to the digital pins number 2, 3 until number 8. I will not use the decimal point. We will just use these 7 segments. For example, we will control the LED A using the digital pin number 2. B is going to be controlled by the pin number 3 until the last one, which is the G LED. And I'm going to start by connecting the A LED, which is on top. I'm going to connect it to the digital pin number 2. The B LED goes to the digital pin number 3. And finally, we have the G LED, which goes to the pin number 8. And that's all what you need to control this 7-segment display and display different numbers. Now we can move on to the Arduino IDE. You notice that my computer is a little bit different. Actually, I've changed the operating system to a Linux distribution like Ubuntu. But don't worry if you are using Windows, because we are working with the Arduino IDE. As you can see, it's the same. Anyways, let's talk about our project. First, we need to add the pin numbers. Basically, you could create them using int a equals 2, then int b equals 3 to control the B LED. But that's a little bit hard. Basically, we can put all of the LED pins inside an array using int, and let's call it LED pins. Then to create an array, we need to add these square brackets and pass in the number of elements. Of course, we have 7 digital pins equals. Then we open and close these curly braces. And in here, we can pass in the digital pins, which are number 2, then 3, 4, until the digital pin number 8. But if you want to use the decimal point, make sure to add the digital pin number 9, but we will stick with 7 LEDs. Then we need to use the pin mode under the setup function. Let's use a for loop using for int I equals 0, I less than 7, I plus plus, so that we can loop through all of the elements under the array. And each time we will use the pin mode function. The first parameter is the pin number. Let's use LED pins at the index I, then the output keyword, so that we can turn on and off these LEDs using the digital write command. After that, we can display different numbers. For example, to display the number 1, we can turn on the LEDs B and C using digital write. The LED B is hooked up to the digital pin number 3. And to turn it on, we use high as a second parameter. Then let's use another digital write command to turn on the other LED, which is hooked up to the digital pin number 4. And the same thing, we need to turn it on. And let's hit upload. And there you go, we have the number 1. With the same way, you could display the other numbers like 2, 3, until number 9. And to do that, we're going to create different arrays using int. Let's call it 0 to display the number 0. Then in these square brackets, we need to use 7 values equals, and it's going to be an array which consists of zeros and ones. If we set it to 0, we're going to turn the LED off, and if we set it to 1, we will turn it on. For example, to display the number 0, we need to turn on all of the LEDs except the G1, which is this one in the middle. The last one is going to be 0, which will turn off the LED that is hooked up to the digital pin number 8, and it is the G LED. Then let's use another for loop so that we can set the LED pins using for int I equals 0, I less than 7, I plus plus. So if you haven't watched my video about the loops, make sure to check it out. It's very important. But here we'll use the digital write command. The first parameter is the pin number using the LED pins array. And let's pass in the index I. Then we'll use our array, which is called 0. And we pass in the same index I. And that will actually turn on all of the LEDs except the last one. So let's give it a try by uploading the code. And there you go, we have the number 0. And with the same way, we could create the other numbers. So I will just copy these arrays and paste them. Then to display a different number, like 7, you just need to change the name from here. and let's hit upload. So I think that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. I hope you like it. As usual, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so that you don't miss my next videos. And I will see you in the next one.